Hey, I'm Doug, and welcome to day 4 of the Technique Tuneup Challenge. Super excited that you're here. We are picking up where we left off yesterday. In case you didn't see that lesson, weekends are all about application and jamming. And we are picking up with the concept of the pitch axis. That is to say, a common root that we're going to play 2 different modes over the top. Yesterday, we talked about the idea of using the minor pentatonic scale over the minor part of the chord progression, just playing traditional minor pentatonic. Over the Mixo-Lydian part, taking the G note and bending it just a little tiny bit sharp, not all the way up to the natural 3, but enough to imply the Mixo-Lydian-ness of the chord progression. I'm going to run through the chord progression, breaking it into the minor section and the Mixo-Lydian section for today. That's the minor section. This is the first part of the Mixo-Lydian section. Goes back to the minor section. The second Mixo-Lydian part. Okay, so what we're going to be doing is breaking this into those 2 sections, minor and Mixo-Lydian. Now, on day 1 of the Technique Tune-Up, we went through an exercise called 3-note per string speed, exercise A. And we're going to be revisiting that. Basically, that was taking the 7 notes of the G major scale, G, A, B, C, D, E, F sharp, and G, which share the same 7 notes as the E minor scale. So we're going to be picking them bones for what we're going to be going over today. All right, so here's the deal. When I showed that to you, we went over it like G, A, B, G, A, B. That was the way we played that sequence and then basically cut and pasted that up and back down the neck. Today, we're going to take that and do it a little bit differently. We're going to go G, G, A, B, A, G. I'm going to play that sequence up the neck for E minor. Now, then we get up to the top of the neck is when I'm going to switch back to the Mixo-Lydian mode, playing that same sequence, in this case going G sharp, A, B, A, G sharp, coming back down the neck. All right, let's go ahead and run through that at tempo, and then we're going to come back with the technique tips. This set of technique tips is going to be one of the best yet. Why? Because you're going to get a chance to, first of all, get this thing underneath your fingertips. For some of you, this may be too fast initially, but like we talked about in day 1, the metronome and the subdivision method, it's just a guaranteed route to get quote-unquote there. All right, first and foremost, part of what we're doing is getting used to hearing 2 modes side by side. So I would like you to practice them side by side in each one of these spots, getting the subdivisions underneath your fingertips and getting the sound in your ears. So that is to say, we're going to take the G, G, A, B, A, G, and the G sharp, A, B, A, G sharp of the basically the first 3 notes as we're playing it for the minor, and the first 3 notes as we're playing it for the Mixo-Lydian. So that's going to be like this. I would suggest looping that and hanging out there with the metronome. If that's still too fast, that's fine. Slow it down. The goal is to hear it and to feel it. Okay, then once you're comfortable with these transitions, what I also want you to get the opportunity to do is actually play it along with the progression, because that's kind of the whole point. By the way, if you just tuned in today and you missed yesterday, in the description for YouTube, it's down there, Facebook, it's there, and on Instagram, it's in my profile. You'll be able to download the backing track for this. So the deal is, what I want you to do is take the first 4 spots for E minor as 8th note triplets. Then the next 4 spots are going to be for, you guessed it, E Mixo-Lydian. Back to E minor, so we come back down the neck, noting that we're going to shift from G sharp to G. Back to Mixo-Lydian. And so on and so forth. And that's going to enable you to play it with the backing track, which is pretty darn cool. All right, look forward to seeing you tomorrow.